baby.
Oh, we vibing, baby. We vibing.
Yeah.
Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Monday.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sin City Crypto. We're coming at you live today from Global Studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Carl. I'm one of your producers and co-hosts, and I'm here today with my good friend Robin. We've got some exciting crypto content coming your way. But before we get started, a small disclaimer. We are not financial experts. Anything that we say during the course of this video should not be taken as strict financial advice. Before you do any investing, please do your own research. And now that that's out of the way, let's meet our hosts. Hey, Robin.
Hola. It's your boy, Big Rob. What's happening? Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time here, we do live streams. We do deep dives. This is our live stream. Check out our deep dives. All right. So if you're new to the channel here, a little bit about us. We are entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take all the old, boring, and stale information, package it up in one fine and sexy way with a nice little ribbon and bow on top. Now, also, shout out to our media partners, Global, which help us broadcast not only YouTube, but other channels as well. Now, we're young. We're growing. We need you to grow with us. Subscribe. Like the channel. Hit that notification bell. Ding, 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 ding. You like my sound effect there?
I do.
Yeah.
Smash that bell, everyone. Smash it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're excited, man. And Carl, are you excited? How you feeling, baby?
I am so excited for today. I know it's Monday and everyone's got a case of the Mondays, so a little slow to get started.
Especially after that market pullback.
Especially. Everyone's really nervous right now. Christmas is coming. Everything is kind of unsure, what's going to happen, that sort of thing.
We're here to give you the feels.
We are going to get into some content today that should help you manage this little pullback. So I'm not worried. I hope you're not. So let's get into it. The first segment today we like to call...
It's hot.
Oh, fuego.
The hot take. And so for today's hot take, we're going to ask the question that's on everybody's mind. Is the bull market over? Robin, what do you think?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not, he says.
Absolutely not. Okay, I'm here to deliver the feels. I'm going to give you the feels, okay? Make you feel good. Put that mind at ease. Like the bull market's not over. Let's be real. Okay, so why do I say that? Okay, so for one, where is Bitcoin's floor? What is the all-time floor? What is the major unbreakable support for Bitcoin? It's, my opinion, 30,000. So I think institutions and now nation states, they will purchase Bitcoin as it drops. And Michael Saylor will literally sell Wall Street to get his Bitcoin if it drops under 30,000. So for me, 30,000, absolute floor. Now, we're not far off of that. We're at 40-something thousand. So every other YouTuber, every other content creator, they give you timelines. They give you dates. But what backs that? Like, what fundamental ideology says a date? Like, the only dates that matter is the halving. Outside of that, everything else is irrelevant. You have a 12-year window technically 10-year window for where Bitcoin has been. And it was just a baby for 8 years. And now the last 4 years have been where it's really growing strength as far as this market cap. So anyways, you can't look at you can't look at 2006. You can't look at, or 2016 as an indicator what it's going to do. It was just a teenager then. It was just a baby. You can't look at 2012 and be like, well, that cycle, like, come on now. It's a way different game now. So let's stop looking at old dates. You should keep an eye on history. However, let's just be real. 30,000, that's the floor. When you get far away from that, at that point, perhaps it can, you're going to get a pullback. So if you're asking my opinion, bear market comes once Bitcoin crosses 80,000. Once Bitcoin crosses 80,000 and then it has a major pullback, I get worried then. But what is going to happen if Bitcoin pulls back from 40-something thousand to 30,000? That's not a huge crash, at least not in Bitcoin's eyes. So That's where I stand. So I'm comfortable, bro. I haven't sold anything, and I'm feeling good. So.
Yeah, I feel the same way. We're still up 158% just on the year on Bitcoin with the drop.
Yeah.
So it's not like we even got to the point where we're starting to lose value, like for year over year. So just hodl on, have faith. It's going to be fine. More people are going to get involved every single day. I just had 3 people text this morning that I never expected to text me that said, hey, I'd like to get involved with cryptocurrency. I saw you have a new channel. What is the deal? So people are coming out of the woodwork. They're going to be more money. It's going to continue to go up. Absolutely, guys.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Some of the content we're going to talk about during the show is going to hopefully diffuse some of that so that you'll feel a little more confident about the market going on as well.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, just if you believe in the space, it doesn't really matter if you're in secure long-term projects. So we all know whatever the pullback is today or tomorrow or next month, it's going to be surpassed in the long-term future. Maybe we do go in a bearish trend for a year or so, which I don't think is going to happen right now. But when that day comes, if you're in secure projects, you're fine. If you're in meme coins and speculative things and some other hype coin or deflationary coin, you're probably in trouble if we go into a bear market. So just keep that in mind.
Right.
If you're in these top projects, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance, obviously I just named the top 5. So that's the safe place. And if you're getting uneasy, just move your money over there. Everything's down, so it's not like you're going to lose huge. Right. You might move from one project that's down 15% to another project like, a top altcoin where it's down only 10%. So, if you're that fearful, don't sell and try to cash out. Just move it into something a little more secure. It's going to be, even if worst case scenario, you go into a bear market, you'll be fine long term. So
this is always the best time to accumulate more too. I know the bag holders that have been sharing for a while that bought in much lower really would hope to go up forever. But now this is a chance for those who haven't got in to finally wait for that discount, kind of a pullback they were looking for so that they can finally enter the market and start adding their bags. So it's a really good time to accumulate, to add more to your holdings. And if you believe in the technology like we do, that this sort of thing is not to be scared, it's an opportunity.
Right. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm comfy.
Yeah, I'm happy too as well, and I hope you will be as well.
Yeah.
But let's get into some information today as our next segment we like to call the talking points.
Okay.
So our first article, it's not exactly super bullish after all of that, but don't worry, we're going to lead you in a little tease and we'll show you how the community is actually stepping up to the game. So hackers took $196 million from the crypto exchange Bitmart, about $100 million in Ethereum-based projects, and about $96 million from Binance Smart Chain projects. And so, they had hacked it from Bitmart here, and so this can happen.
This is normal. This is things that happen. This is what happens when you take a hold. First of all, you have a new financial space. You got a new financial space. You have all these new players, and it's new technology. So you're going to have vulnerabilities. And so what ends up happening is that these smaller exchanges, they're not as experienced. They don't have quite as big a teams. They don't have the security that other platforms have. So definitely be careful. You should be doing 99% of your trades should be getting done on the top 5 exchanges. Coinbase, Binance.us if you're in the US, regular Binance if you're outside, the Crypto.com, Voyager. These are large institutions, and they have been through these cycles. They've been through attacks. They've been through breaches. They have protocols. They have entire teams for this exact reason. So you take a risk when you use the small exchanges. Now, there are upsides. There's certain tokens and projects you can't get into from the big exchanges. There's more liquidity on mid to small projects in these exchanges. I use them. I have a Bitmart account. However, if I'm going to use it, I purchase and I remove. I don't trust these exchanges, even medium-sized exchanges, to custody my crypto. Now, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable with Coinbase as an example. However, generally, especially with these smaller ones, remove and hold yourself because, as you can see, vulnerability, baby. So,
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing that happened for them, but good to see how the community is actually stepping up. So Huobi and Shiba Inu community, they vouched to help Bitmart overcome the $200 million hack. So this article, they're not actually donating any money to recover those funds. They're just saying that we're going to monitor any activity on our exchanges and our protocols to say if anything fishy comes up with this money, don't worry, we'll take action and we'll help you recover it. So
what a lot
it's a
of
nice
these
gesture.
What a lot of these hacks that have happened, even like ransomware where they're paid out in cryptocurrency, there are, through the Etherscan and block and all these like blockchain basically tracking websites, all of it's open source. So all of the funds can be traced. Now there are loopholes. There's like little crypto mixers, things like that, where you can conceal where it's going to go. But ultimately, a lot of these hacks do get a lot of them. They do get their money back. So basically, you got Hobie and the Shiba community stepping up, saying they're going to help out. And you get in there, pull out that freaking that magnifying glass and get some detective work. Follow the paper trail, and then you can actually you can rewind some of these transactions. So. Now I would say most of it, I would say probably more of these transactions get lost for the general public. But when it comes to these big institutions, they have big wallets and they have big, they can afford to really try to reverse the process. Now, in contrast, if you get your stuff stolen or taken, you don't have as much weight to try to get your funds back. So either way, I feel confident they'll get some of it back or at least find out where it went. And if anything, it's just something to grow from. You learn, and sucks it's that much money, but it is what it is. So
Yeah, I'm with you. But moving on, let's talk about the NFT music platforms. We're going to disrupt Spotify in 2022. The Saxo Bank predicts. What is this? It's a bank out of...
So it's a Danish bank.
It's a Danish bank.
They do a lot of online trading. So they expose a lot of the European market to international trade through derivatives and other investment avenues. So anyways, big player. They're just kind of expressing their own opinion. And they do dabble in a lot of these type of businesses, and as far as what the market's going to go into. So anyways, they identify what probably a lot of us in the crypto space identify, is that, first of all, the music producers or the content creators in Spotify are getting pennies, like fractions of pennies every time a song is played. And then the people that are keeping the money is Spotify, the other music reps, and then the people that don't get the money are the people that actually make the music, which it doesn't really make much sense. Does that make any sense to you, Carl? Like, you make the product and you get like 10% of the, I think 10% is right around the average profit from these online streaming. So,
well, I think it's just another demonstration of how the middleman is being cut out. Blockchain technology allows the creator to receive the benefits individually, rather than having a middleman as a custodian that either has a service or a platform or some way that can operate as a centralized unit. It's the same thing, really. It's the same thing. Yeah.
If you got a decentralized platform, so you have a protocol or a program that isn't owned by a company, it's owned by the people, the token holders. But either way, you have a platform that's not owned by a company. It's not owned by a record label or whatever it is. And then you can upload your music on there, and then you just pay 5% royalty fee to use the platform back to the same community that helped you launch it in the first place. And then you keep 95% of the profits. It makes sense, right? You make $1, you give the platform 5 cents, and you keep 95 cents. But you did all the work.
You're the creative head behind the vision, so you need to be rewarded for that hard work.
So things that make sense, just like logically, are things that are going to take over the market. So when somebody says, why would I send $1,000 overseas and pay $50 and wait 3 days when I can do it in 2 minutes and pay 50 cents and it's instantaneous.
Yeah, I love it. If Bitcoin can transfer money from peer to peer, then NFTs are able to transfer value from peer to peer.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this space.
The artist can sell it right to the listener. They can receive all the benefits themselves.
Exactly. Things that make sense.
Sounds great to me.
Things that make sense. That
Right.
logically just fundamentally make sense will take over the market.
Right. And this same example, I think, is going to extrapolate into every industry.
Yep.
And so the
100%.
sooner you can get ahead of it and envision it will be like in your industry, you can position yourself to benefit from it. So
yeah.
something to watch out for, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on, we got some Cardano news. Despite stagnant prices, there are 1 million wallets that are staked.
So
Great
Cardano, huge community. Over 70% of Cardano being staked. Basically, Charles Hoskinson has just a huge following. Basically, like the project is fundamentally sound. It is rolling out in a way that makes sense. It's about the project first and the rollout second. It's about quality. It's about delivering on the promises, and they're just doing it the right way. And the community acknowledges it. They see it. They're behind it. They're not gonna leave because of price dip, and that's just further proof of that. So I'm behind it.
Yeah, I'm a big supporter of Cardano as well.
I'm one of 10 million wallets. So, doing my part.
Do you think these are like 1 million different people, or I know sometimes there people have several wallets?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can take that with anything. Take
Sure.
that for YouTube accounts or Facebook active profiles, and
Yep.
for wallets, bank accounts, things like that. I'm sure you have multiple bank accounts as well. So
It still shows a lot of confidence from the users of Cardano that this project is a long-term project and they're in it for the long term. So they want to see Cardano build out and create these smart contracts and to really change the world. And
I mean,
there's a lot of people who are saying, yes, I believe in it.
they're making partnerships with nation states. Like,
Yeah.
there's only like 3 projects that can say that. Like, and like fundamentally integrated into the government. And, Charles Hoskinson is sitting down with leaders, presidents and he's signing deals with these governments. So, take it for what you are. If you want to invest in meme coins and be like, well, I'm getting a lot more gains out of this. Yeah. Let's see what happens when the world starts turning these things on.
A little shout out to Charles Hoskinson. He's in Las Vegas right now for the Cowboy Christmas that happens here every year. We certainly didn't want to interrupt him for his little time for him enjoying himself right now, or else we would have tried to get him on the show. Something that we have a goal of, certainly in the long run. But
Charles,
he's here in Las Vegas right now. A little shout out to him.
We got the red couch here, Charles. If you want to stop by, bring you and your boots over here. Sit on down. We can talk. We won't talk prices. I know you don't like talking prices. We won't talk prices, but you come down, sit down, tell us what you're excited about, man. We'll talk about your farm and whatever else you're into, and we'll make a day out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of fun. So moving on, we're going to talk about Bitcoin hash rate rises despite the price drop. Mystery hash power returns. And so all the Bitcoin miners, they're still eagerly after Bitcoin, aren't they? Even with the price drop, they're not selling their mining equipment, are they? They're
This
going
is
in harder.
probably the biggest story of the day. This is, if you're looking for reassurance, this is it.
Yeah.
By a mile.
You got to follow the money, guys.
By a mile. Bitcoin has always been correlated with the hash rate. So back in May, if you don't remember, China basically banned or enforced the ban on cryptocurrency mining. And all of that hash power left China and went elsewhere, Afghanistan, United States, even El Salvador now, but with the volcanic mining. But either way, you saw a shift from there. So basically, there was a huge drop in the hash rate, which coincidentally was part of the huge drop in May with the Bitcoin. Now, all of the hash power is starting to come back. We're almost at the same level we were pre-May. So, and pull up the charts. Go take a look at it. Go see what the hash rate means for the price of Bitcoin, because they are directly correlated. So, hash rate's looking sexy. Bitcoin's price needs to catch up. So, I'm super bullish on that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm super bullish as well, guys.
If I saw
your bag.
if I saw the hash rate drop, let's just say the hash rate dropped dramatically, like over the weekend, I would probably be a little concerned that we're in for a little bear market, but it's not. So I'm happy. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We
I'm with you
Gucci.
on that one. We Gucci, man. Moving on, Vitalik Buterin outlines endgame roadmap for ETH 2.0. So this basically is just giving more to the Ethereum development roadmap of saying, yes, we are working towards 2.0. Yes, we do have a goal in mind. Yes, we're working towards it. Have faith. It's coming.
Yeah, he's also been saying that for eternity. I think it's been
Very
over
true.
2 years that they've been talking about transitioning over to proof of stake. Now, just think of it, man. Ethereum is such a huge network. They almost at a $500 billion market cap, and basically, like, that thing it's hard to upgrade. And especially fundamentally, I mean, going from proof of work with graphic cards and the mining pools all the way to a completely different system without turning it off. Like, you got to remember, they got to upgrade this, and they can't just, like, it's not like, your video game or, your web browser saying down for maintenance. Ethereum can't do that. So they got to do this all in real time. So very tricky. But as long as maybe they'll make true on their promises. But Vitalik did go in to say that they are gonna lean onto other protocols. So layer 2s, the ZK Snarks, which Mina protocol does pretty well, which they've kind of got into the Ethereum network through Polygon and some partnerships with Ethereum. So basically, they're trying to use other platforms to make their chain more successful. And I kind of relate that to, like, traditional finance. So basically, like any governments or any monetary system, they usually don't rely on one source to handle their validation and run nodes and things like that. So that's why the federal government will use all kinds of different branches outside companies to audit. They'll use banks throughout inside the country and outside the country. So as these blockchains grow, or these projects grow, once they get so big and they have so much money, they gotta get help from outside sources. Which is what Vitalik is saying. But let's please get this 2.0 out, because the gas fees are ridiculous. Can't send anybody ETH without spending $50, man.
Yeah, at least.
It's ridiculous, man.
It is. I have a tough time using it. But as the first mover, it does have a lot of applications built on it already. If you visit the Ethereum website, it's actually really nice and well built out. So there's a lot of great stuff to that's here's a foundation. Just need to fix those tweaks, and people are going to be able to, like, oh yeah, this is my dream coin. But until that happens, I'm going to practice on other chains myself.
Yeah, it's not very efficient right now. It's a great chain, man. It's like the amount of people that use it, it's crazy. So I'm excited. I think they'll get the 2.0 rolled out. Whether or not it'll get delayed, that's a different question. But eventually, when they get that thing squared away, watch out, because ETH and this entire ecosystem is gonna take over the world.
Have you ever seen one of those memes on Twitter where it's ETH 2.0 is finally rolled out, and it's a picture of Vitalik who's like 100 years old. He's got a beard on, and he just looks all aged.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but we do hope it gets out before he's too much older.
Yeah, maybe in 20 years he'll be fat, because that man is skinny.
He does need his sandwich.
Yeah,
with all of his billions, he'd be able to afford a nice meal.
He needs like some junk food, like some In-N-Out burger.
Maybe we'll get to something about that later on. All right. Well, let's move on to our next segment. It's a little something I like to call
All right, so let's just take a look at the market right now. So obviously we have had the pullback over the weekend. So we'll just jump into Bitcoin real quick. With Bitcoin right now sitting just shy of 50,000, which did have a pullback from Friday. So Friday Bitcoin was sitting at 58,000. So if we take a look at the 7-day here, just straight fell off a cliff. So 58,000. We did bottom out at 42,000. It seems that 42,000 right now is a very, very strong level of support. Yeah. So it basically just bounced right off of there. But something to keep in mind, what really drove these huge drops here, keep in mind, this is not natural selling. You don't go from 52,000 down to 46,000, basically 44,000. You don't do that in 30 minutes naturally. There isn't that many people sitting on exchange hitting sell. That all comes from liquidations. So over the weekend with this crash, 58,000 Bitcoin, not dollars, 58,000 Bitcoin got liquidated. There's other assets, Ethereum in there, but for the value speaking, 58,000, which is the second largest liquidation this year, only second to the one earlier in May, which was around like 80,000. So just goes to show you that these futures are hampering the growth. Now, you can look at it as a positive, but either way, these futures and these over leveraged traders without stop losses they're the ones they're basically risking their Bitcoin, they're losing it, and then institutions and whales are turning around and buying it. So that's, if you're wondering why this sharp decrease, because a natural market would go from 52,000, say 58,000 or whatever it is. A natural market over the course of, say, 8 hours can do that. That's what you see in Wall Street as an example.
I think it's exactly why we can say that this market cycle is different from previous ones. When you anticipate a market cycle to act a certain way, and you make a big bet on leverage, anticipating it going that way, it will tell the market to go the opposite way. So there's so many people anticipating it to be this crazy moon December, and they over leverage themselves, and then they all get liquidated.
Well, you could also make an argument that these leverage traders are keeping the market stable. I know it might sound weird because you get these big dips, but instead of having long-term parabolic growth, so when I say long-term parabolic growth, if you take 40,000 to 80,000 and you do it within 2 months, 3 months, what's going to happen when you double your market cap in 2 months? You're going to have a huge pullback. You're going to have huge crashes. So basically, you get these leverage traders, they're just correcting the market as we go. They're like, as soon as you start getting some real gains out of Bitcoin, they pull it right back down. So I think for long term.
But that's the point, is that there's so many variables that you can't just follow what the history has taught. There's new variables entering into the space that are going to change the outcome of the space.
Well, I mean, that's the benefits of dollar cost averaging, because it doesn't matter if you look at historical data. It doesn't matter if you're listening to whatever content creator. Nobody knows what the hell the markets are going to do. You can have an assumption. You can look at charts, and some of those do hold true. They do apply, but realistically, the markets are generally going to do what the masses don't think it's going to do. So if 9 out of 10 YouTubers are telling you that the market's going to crash in December and January, it's not going to crash in December and January. It's just not, because people are going to front run that idea. If you think, if the masses, 90% of people think it's going to do something, people are going to act accordingly in advance. So maybe in November, I'm going to put everything in the stable coin, which is going to drop it earlier, which is going to prevent the parabolic rise that people were predicting in December right before the crash. So anyways, just something to think about. So back to the chart, Ethereum, 42,000. Ethereum's just looking really good.
It is looking pretty strong.
It's making up a lot of ground on Bitcoin. Bitcoin less than $1 trillion, Ethereum at $500 billion. So making up a lot of ground. Basically, the ETH dominance is really pumping lately. Binance Coin, everything's kind of, a little pullback.
I'm not seeing big percentages, but I'm seeing a lot of green in the 24-hour cycle. So we are seeing some.
XRP took a big hit, sitting at 80 cents. Like I was saying, man, it's a good long-term project. They will resolve their case. But if you're looking for some short-term games, like XRP ain't it, brother. No, here's a little note. So We touched on it last week, but Luna is a blockchain that does lean heavily or pretty much predominantly on stable coins. So as you get market dips, Luna does go up in the market just for the simple fact of use case. So top 10, $62. But you know what that means?
Just kicked out Doge.
Bye-bye, Doge. So basically, they just kicked the dog out the house. No
Poor
doggy door, just
doggy.
straight booted his ass.
Poor
and then,
doggy. Poor doggy.
Now, so Dogecoin sitting at 17 cents. You know, I feel like a lot of the steam and the meme coins is starting to run out. If you think of that fad mentality that human nature has, where a lot of people like to FOMO into certain things or ideas or trends, I think, I'm not saying that meme coins is a fad. I just think the level of investment, the amount of money in it, and the amount of interest in it is less than it is maybe a couple months ago or a few months ago. Definitely not hearing about it as much as I used to. So maybe some of that wind is falling out of the sails. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some big pullbacks on the meme coins. I started to think at some point the market is going to stop following Bitcoin in its entirety. So perhaps moving forward, Bitcoin will kind of set the trend, but individual sectors, like we've been seeing the NFT sector, the metaverse sector, the meme coin sector, these pump and dump in different times. They have different rise ups. So it didn't used to be like that. It used to be all Bitcoin and whatever subcategories that were in the crypto space, the top leaders would just pump when Bitcoin pumped. So basically your best DeFi program, whichever one had the most use case, that one would pump when Bitcoin did. And the same thing with gaming and NFTs, but now that's kind of not the case. Now your NFTs will all pump simultaneously. Your metaverse will pump all simultaneously. Your DeFi will pump all simultaneously and crash simultaneously, opposed to what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin will still set the trend. You know, everything's going to go down and Bitcoin goes down, but it's less correlated to that as well. So
yeah, we did see a lot of NFTs in the summer, and then kind of the fall move towards metaverse, and then gaming tokens, and those kind of had their rise towards.
Think about it this way: if you're looking for good projects to enter into, get the vibe of what the next trend is, because we just went through the metaverse one. So maybe when you start to smell like some other project thing's going to come up, maybe it's sports betting, maybe it's I don't know. What do you think? Maybe NFTs in real world cases where you're tokenizing certain real life contracts like insurance policies or deeds to houses or something. So whatever the next one is, get into that as soon as it starts to pop off, because it's probably there's going to be another little cycle on something else. So Polygon looking sexy. As we said, Vitalik's been harping on using the layer 2s, so I would imagine that's why it's been getting a lot of pump lately. 22% for the week. Great project. It's only gonna explode even more when they do move to proof of stake. So that's one of my favorite projects. But yeah, other than that, we had a big pullback on Cosmos this morning, but it's come back a little bit. Internet Computer has just been dumped. I mean, that one opened up at $600. Remember that, Carl?
Yeah.
People are like, should I buy Internet Computer? I'm like, what is it? like, honestly, I mean, I do know what it is.
It had a quick rise and fall, didn't it?
Yeah, but when it first came out, I'm like, hey, if you know anything about crypto, buying something that's brand new and shiny and nobody knows what it is at top 10 market cap when it has no like background, it's kind of sketchy. And I mean, if you believe in the project, now's a good time. So
yeah, that kind of reminds me of the overvaluation when there's an IPO on the stock market.
Yeah.
Some things just seem like that's a high price for that. It's probably going to fall. It's probably going to fall
Right.
on the first day. On the first day, it's going to fall. So,
I mean, I guess that's all I got. I mean, everything's kind of down for the week, but it's starting to stabilize. Looks like everything's around almost even, but it's less than 5% up or down for the day. Everything's loss is 15% or more.
yeah, I'm feeling good about it. You know, I can see some of these green movements and things are kind of coming back and finding support, and they're not continuing to crash. And so if we had another day like Friday, that was today and tomorrow, then we may have a different tone. But based on everything that's happened over the weekend and then starting to turn around, I'm bullish.
Yeah, we good,
I'm
man.
super bullish. Yeah, exactly. It's just a time to accumulate more. As they say, buy the effing dip.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that dip is delicious.
What kind of dip is that? Like spinach artichoke?
You can buy any dip you want, man.
What
Get
kind of
some
dip do you-
salsa? Get some.
What's your preferred dip? Would you go spinach artichoke, nacho dip, or like a Nutella dip? Are you like one of those weird Nutella dip guys?
No, I'm like a Velveeta cheese dip kind of thing.
Okay, so like
It's like a little rotel,
like
you know,
almost like a
salsa,
high-end-
like a cheese queso salsa.
like a high-end nacho cheese. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, I'm bougie. I do that. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's what I do.
feels it. I feels
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, let's see. We got one more segment for today, and we always like to finish things kind of on a really fun note. And you have a little fun to finish the show. And so this segment is kind of a play on the childhood game that we played as kids, where you might have three people, and there's one of them that you'd like to kill, one of them that you'd like to marry, and one of them you'd like to sleep with. And so for this version of the segment, we're going to call it
Buy, sell, or hodl.
That is too much. I don't know.
That's an interesting interesting intro there. Okay, but yeah, now
That's a good
growing up, man, I
Buy, sell, hodl.
it's a I don't want to say because my mom might be watching it, but I wasn't kill or marry. It was all the third option. So you know, your boy was out there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying?
It was driven by a stronger force. Oh, I see. I see.
All right, so. All right.
So the way this is going to work is I'm going to give you 3 coins. You're going to tell me which one that you'd like to buy, which one you want to sell, and which one you're going to hodl on.
Okay.
So our 3
Buy, sell, and hodl.
buy, sell, and hodl. All right, Robin, here you go. We got waves, stacks, and quant.
Waves,
What say ye?
stacks, and quant. Wave, stacks, and quant. Basically, you
Waves.
took all the not sexy projects and bundled them all up.
So sexy. What are you talking about?
No, those are definitely some lackluster projects from the outside. However, with that said, you're talking about top 100 projects, great fundamentals, great history, tokenomics. I really wouldn't lean on selling any of these, honestly. But if I have to rank them here, for me, we'll start with waves.
Okay.
So with waves, they've been around for a while. I think they've been out since 2016. They've had some growth there. So let me take a look at the price. Where are we at on waves for price? So number 64 on the market cap, $19. This is 2x since earlier this year. So basically, there's a lot of room to grow. They are an aggregator of smart contracts. They're trying to make smart contracts, but work in interoperable ways, basically from one chain to the other, not just transferring tokens, but also transferring the smart contracts. And they also have they also try to do ICOs a little bit more clean and simple, and offering startup tokens for anybody trying to start them, whether it's an institution or person in general. But it's really not once again, it's not the sexiest platform. So for me, I'll go ahead and sell waves. Now for stacks, I'm gonna buy stacks, my dude. So I've talked about it before. Stacks is a smart contract.
contracts on Bitcoin, right?
Smart contracts on Bitcoin.
That's right.
It's a lofty goal. That's the reason I'm not going to say HODL, because I don't know if they can do it efficiently. I don't know. So I'll buy stacks. It's a cool idea. It's a great project. It has a lot of potential. So I think it's a great buy. Whether or not it's a long-term HODL is to be seen. Let's see how that rollout goes. Quant's really cool though. I'm gonna HODL that long-term. They are due for some pumps. They've been trading sideways for a while. Great solid project. They are kind of like similar to Cosmos as far as interoperable with different chains. They have their own a lot of other functionality as well. So they're just doing stuff cheaper, faster, and they're doing it on multiple platforms. Lots of partnerships. Great team. Long-term HODL for me. I see some big price action coming up with Quant. So that's what I got.
Excellent. Yeah, I have a little bit of quant holding as well, and I'm continuing to HODL on myself. So yeah. Moving on, we're going to talk about the next three coins are kind of in the gaming sector a little bit of the metaverse. We want to talk about Axie Infinity, Gala Games, as well as Decentraland and their mana token. Robin's having a little bit of a coughing fit over here about hodling quant. He's got to get refreshed here, and then we're going to talk about our gaming tokens. He's playing games on us right now. Look at this.
I heard Axie and mana. What was the third one?
This is Gala. It's Gala Games.
Gala.
Yeah.
Okay, so all in the gaming space. Okay. So Gala is pretty new to the scene. Huge run up. So all of the price action with Gala has happened within the last 2 months. Went from a little baby project outside the top 200 to top 100. Well over a 10x. Probably more than that if I had to take a look at the chart. Either way, lots of gains, but hasn't had the big pullback yet. So I'm going to sell that right off the top. And then for me, let's see, Axie and mana. I feel like Axie has more staying power right now. Mana's still almost in like that beta phase. But you know what? I'll buy Axie. All
right. We're adding that
I'm going to hodl mana. And the reason I say that, Axie just doesn't have as much potential as mana. Mana has so much potential. Decentraland, the metaverse, it's gonna be the social media of the future. It's where top 5 industries in the world, not even talking about crypto, is gonna be a social media on metaverse. So if Mana can get a hold of that, if they can be the front runner, the leader, game changer, bro. Talking about invest now, retire later. Like no questions asked. Doesn't matter what your portfolio looks like. If you're invested in mana now in any way, shape, or form that has any kind of weight, you'll be set if they become the #1 meta project. But Axie is really cool. Their games are a little lackluster, but they probably have the biggest active community as far as gaming, and I don't see them losing that space anywhere. Cell phone gaming, which is kind of like their thing. Cell phone gaming is only on the way up. Smartphones are getting smarter, and the games are getting better. And they have a ton of capital to make more games. So here we go.
Perfect. That's great insight, Robin. I really appreciate that. And just to finish it up, I want to do something fun. Since the market is down, and we also talking about ourselves as crypto investors, that when the market is down, we may have to, we have to sell our couch. We may have to sell our car. We may have to eat ramen noodles. We may have to keep things kind of light and refreshing for a little while until things are back in the green. Then we can switch to our caviar diet again, and have crab legs and all the good things. So for today, I'm going to go on 3 things that we would enjoy during a market like this. And so we're going to talk about the pizza rolls, Hot Pockets, and microwavable turkey pot pies. What do you think, Robin? Okay, buy, sell, or hodl?
Buy, sell, hodl, pizza rolls, Hot Pockets, or microwave pot pies, huh? Okay, question. What cooking method am I using? Do I got a toaster oven or a microwave?
You only have a microwave.
See, that fundamentally changes the answers, by the way. Mm-hmm. So you know that right now. First of all, microwave pizza rolls are disgusting. Like if you had them in a toaster oven, you get the crispiness. But yeah, no, when you microwave a pizza roll, that thing is so chewy. Like all the little corners, it's like literally like little pillows, like made of cotton with pizza stuff inside. So definitely, and then they like to blow up too. You ever notice that? You microwave the pizza rolls for 30 seconds too long, and all the cheese just blows out the side, and then you get all the spatter on the inside of your microwave.
I have noticed that.
Yeah, so definitely selling that one. Okay. Now, let's see, Hot Pockets or turkey pot pies. I see. Fundamentally, the Hot Pocket fundamentally the turkey pot pie I feel like is a better product top to bottom. But if you microwave it, no, once again, I think you're losing a lot of the quality there microwaving. If we were going oven, definitely going to hodl that turkey pot pie. But you know what the game changer is here? I figured it out. With the Hot Pocket, it has that little sleeve that makes the Hot Pocket crispy. So not only do you get that crispy, flaky outside, but you get all of that juicy, delicious inside. What do you go with? You go with ham and cheese or meatball or barbecue? What's your Hot Pocket flavor there, brother?
I go ham and cheese. I'm a classic. Yeah, I'm a classic one for that. Yeah, I'm definitely ham and cheese.
Solid, bro. You can't go wrong with that one.
Always consistent.
I don't know about the broccoli one. I know sometimes they throw that in there.
Burns inside of my mouth the first 2 minutes I try to chew into it, but yeah.
Lava.
That's the way to go.
So,
exactly.
So I'll buy the turkey pot pie. Definitely long-term HODL on that Hot Pocket. I will probably always have them in my freezer till I die. So,
All right.
yeah, I'm down with that, brother.
Well, any viewers watching the stream out there, if you'd like to comment down below about which one you would like to buy, sell, and HODL, that will help us create content for the future.
I'm sure I burned some bridges with the pizza rolls because I'm sure there's somebody like watching this show right now with a plate of pizza rolls in their lap.
Shout out to the Pizza Roll Army. Little shout out there. Don't worry. You're welcome to tune in as soon as you'd like as well.
Yeah, you know. All right. Well,
fantastic stuff today, guys. I think that's our show for today. Please tune in tomorrow if you'd like this content. Once again, please like, share, and subscribe, and smash that notification button so you never miss an episode. We're Sin City Crypto, and we look forward to see you again here tomorrow.
All right, guys. So I'm going to give my parting ways here as well. Just a fresh reminder, December 20th is our official launch. Expect to see some interviewees. Hopefully we get them here in studio, but either way, we got some cool people visiting us. Now stay tuned. As Carl said, make sure you